Finally, I said I'd get around to it. It's been a minute. Things have come up and things have gone down. But here we are. G.I. Joe Classified Series, Crankcase, and the AWE, or Awe Striker. Let's get it. Welcome to GI Reviews. I'm your host, The Ruckus, and you see it before you. It's taken some time to get here because things were coming up that, shall we say, stalled the review for this particular item, but we are here. As promised, I said I'd get to it, and we are here. We've got number 171 in G.I. Joe Classified Series. This is Crankcase and Awe Striker. And, yeah, this is an impressive piece. Just looking at the artwork, it's looking pretty nice. There are a few strikers going on there, and I see something else over there on the right side. It looks like a tank that has a bridge attachment. You know, they do that, and they lay out bridges when there are areas that are uncrossable. That's what that looks like. Maybe that bodes something for our future. Never know. Anyway, you see Crankcase in our right in his own clamshell. And of course, the rest of the packaging is devoted to the vehicle itself. The top, we have the number 171. And on one side, we have, this is a large box, so this is going to be something. You can see Crankcase is over there in all his glory. And of course, on the other side, we've got the attributes and the useless QR code. And then we turn to the rear and push us back so we can see what's going on. And you see the sketch for Crankcase and the AWE, which stands for All Weather and Environment Striker. And all of the accessories that come with this particular offering from G.I. Joe Classified. We've got the thumbnails. You see on the bottom, the largest one, we've got stickers. And the middle one, I think that's something inside the interior. And then, of course, we have the very smallest one. Looks like a map. So looking pretty good there. Let's get us back to that front. Yes, this has got some heft to it. You heard my voice give off a momentary strain there. It's all good. And it's time to see what the wait has been about and if it was worth it. Let's get this party started by going over Crankcase first. And then we will move on to the awesome Awe Striker. Alright, so we've got Crankcase here. And as I stated before, I'm going to try to give, whenever I can, some either biographical history or at the very least some stats, you know what I'm saying, depending on what I can find. So in this case, we got we've got some stats and info on Crankcase. His real name is Elwood G. Indiana. He was born in Lawrence, Kansas. His military branch is the Army. He's an E4 corporal. His specialty, it's motor vehicles and armor. And he's been to Ranger School, Desert Warfare School, and Special Air Service Tactical Driving School. So yeah, he loves driving. So you do have that going for him. So and of course his nickname is Crankcase. So that's really all I got about him. So that's all we will talk about. Now we'll get into his accessories. He comes with quite a bit. Gotta love that. So we will begin with his digital binos, I guess you call them. I know they have a different name than just binoculars. But let's see if that makes it look a bit better. It looks like, yeah, that's doing a little bit better right there. Anyway, flat black, and of course it's got the cord or cable for putting around Crank's neck. We have two different bandanas. You've got a bandana mask here that can, of course, go around his neck and then be raised up above his nose. So you do have that. It's molded in a green, kind of like a khaki green, olive green. And then we've got a bandana, another one that just goes around his neck. So you've got that too. We have a set of goggles, and these right here, kind of small. We need to get closer up on this. They're basically molded in a brown, and we've got silver paint along the frames, and the lenses are partially transparent, so that's pretty nice right there. Crank comes with a visor molded in that green, and we see the off-road writing on it. That's pretty clever there. Crankcase comes with two helmets. This a full, we'll call it traditional kind of helmet. It's molded in like a sandy brown, the actual crown helmet part, and the straps are a little bit darker, as you can see there. Crank also comes with this helmet. Somebody in the comment section below, you're going to have to help me with what this is actually called. It looks cool, though, I'll tell you that. It's also molded in that sandy brown color, but the visor, if you will, is green, and the ridge along the where the face is covered on down is also that same green. We've got his knife molded in black and painted silver. You see the blade portion of it, so you got that going on. His sidearm molded in that black. We've got a port so you can put a blast effect in there. And quite possibly the most important accessory Crankcase has, his coffee cup. And you see the logo there, Yo Joe. Perfect for drinking a cup of Joe. Getting a look at Crankcase himself. We see with the portrait there, sporting that mustache. I guess he would be considered a redhead. And yep, not bad. We've got some shininess going on below his eyes, the cheekbones. Maybe he's sunburned or something like that's supposed to be, or maybe it's supposed to be some type of balm that prevents getting sunburn. Anyway, I just figured I'd point that out. As far as the rest of them, you see he's got the vest, which is it's actually it's separate. It's an overlay on the torso, and we see that the torso is, I want to say it's it's painted green, and the collar, it's molded green, excuse me, and the collar is painted tan or beige kind of color for, sandy type of color to match the terrain. And the shoulders, same color as the collar. He's got an insignia, G.I. Joe insignia, on his left arm right there. Sleeves are rolled up, and of course the rest of the arm is it's got the pigmentation, Caucasian. And we've got the black gloves. The vest, pretty nice there. Like I said, it's overlaid on, and it's a brown color. We've got some additional color there, red, and there's black painted right there for whatever that's supposed to be. Can't figure that out. There's more red on the other side. When you look at the rear of the vest, we've got nice texture going on there. Of course, you got that porthole. Then you've got the belt, which is the belt is actually it's not loose. It's a part of the hip and crotch area, molded in like sandy brown color. The actual belt, dark brown, same color as the vest, but you see we've got the gold buckle there, nice size buckle, and it does have a pattern on there. You can see that. Nicely painted gold, by the way. We've got, you look at the rear there, we've got some patches there in the back, or a patch at least, and there is some design going on the left side of that belt. The legs, same color as the crotch area. And then, of course, we've got the holster, the thigh holster right there on the right leg. And it can be pinned and unpinned after you unpin it, and then when you put the weapon in, you got it for that. So pretty cool there. And this is loose, so it will come down. So you'll have to keep pushing it up. Some people will probably opt to glue it on because the falling down will frustrate many. And then, of course, you have the same thing going on with the knife sheath here on the left leg, down there, shin and calf area. And then you've got the boots, brown. Pretty cool. So that's what Crankcase looks like in terms of his articulation. It is on a dumbbell. You can only look up that far. You can look down that far a little bit better because his neck is also on a dumbbell joint, so you get some more movement there. Of course, you can 360 him. You can T-pose him. Of course, you can 360 the shoulder. You've got butterflies, so he can rear back this far pretty nice. You know what's going to happen with that vest. It's going to impede the use of that butterfly joint, so you're only getting that much there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He's got the swiveling wrists. His left hand hinges horizontally. His right hand hinges vertically. You got to work that, but it hinges vertically. As far as the torso is concerned, it's on an ab crunch. So, of course, the vest is going to impede some, but it just went. It actually clicked. So that's cool. So you get that much on its own, and then go back that much once again on its own. And I say on its own because the waist is on a swivel type joint. So that combined with the ab crunch, and you get more, both going forward and back. And of course, you're going to get your left, right, and your side to side going on. As far as the legs concerned, they drop down. You can split Van Damme style. You've got the thigh cut, the double jointed knees, and your boots swivel down below, and you can point the toe forward that much, up that much, pretty good. You've got ankle pivot and holes at the bottom of the feet. So Crankcase has got most of the articulation that we're looking for, and the only impediment is because of the vest, or else we probably get a clean sweep on the articulation. Crank comes with a foot locker, cardboard style, and you see the writing on that, Crankcase and AWE, aka the All Weather and Environment Striker. We've got the number 171 there. We have on the flip the G.I. Joe swoosh and star. And then we also have, this is something that I haven't seen before when it comes to these cardboard foot lockers. We have a window. For what purpose, I could not tell you, but that's what we have. We're going to start off with all of the attachments and accessories for the Awe Striker, and then of course we'll check out the vehicle itself. So what we have here are a pair of antenna. Put that aside. Then we'll go over, we've got ourselves a big gun that is articulated, and the way it goes on, I can tell it'll rotate, so that'll be cool too. And to go along with the big gun, we have a pair of ammo cans. You see the bandoliers coming out, and of course they'll fit into that big gun. Of course, right there, we have a toolkit here. Pretty nice. I believe it opens up. It does. So that's cool, which means that you can store things in there. You have a fuel can, gas can, molded in, they're all, everything I've shown except the gun, of course, molded in green. And then we have these cute things here that I want to say that they are missile launchers. I believe they're missile launchers. And of course we have a pair of missiles to go with them. So pretty cool there. We have another gun. And this also is articulated. It clamps on, according to what I'm seeing there. It has a port, so you can put blast effects in. The big dog also has a port. And the most important piece for the vehicle, we've got the attachment for the steering column, the steering wheel, if you will. So you've got that. Then here we've got rail bars and what have you to place on top of the vehicle for protection. And then we have the Awe Striker's seat. We have, in order to put all that together, it comes with instructions. You can see it takes you through how to install everything. And make sure you look at the back so you can get it all. And then we also have, for the Awe Striker, after you get it together, you can personalize it. You got these decals, and I believe they are they're not permanent. In other words, you can peel them back off and put them on this this sticker sheet. So that's good, because somebody like me, who I don't think that I have the best hands in the world when it comes to making things, even and level and stuff like that. I'm glad that they can be removed and replaced, so that way, because I'm going to need several shots for real. And here is the Awe Striker vehicle, totally bare bones, of course, nothing installed yet, showing you how it came out of packaging. We've got several pieces of information, stickers and paint. It's supposed to be painted on since it's a vehicle. We've got the Mark 3, 003, 25, and then there's some other numbers there. You've got the G.I. Joe swoosh and star. And then speaking of the star, right there on the front, you've got the star, and mine's is it's beat. I don't know if it's supposed to be beat up or it just came that way. I guess I'll have to look at another one to see if this is similar, or if my white is just sloppily done. You've got info there talking about where you're supposed to grease and what type of grease you're supposed to apply. You've got United States right there on the bottom. Got the tow hitch there in the front. On the other side, you've got G.I. Joe. On the rear, you've got the star, danger, hot exhaust. On the top, you've got a warning there for the intake cover. And down below, you have other writing there. It reads, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it reads latch, and some other writing that basically, as is, appears too small. It reads latch, push button to release lever, and then of course you've got the red arrow going on there. And then danger, hot exhaust, I think I already said that, but hey, we're trying to be thorough. You got another latch with the button action going on there. And then on the interior, as I tilt, we've got the readout. We saw that map on a thumbnail in the back, and then of course you've got all of the you've got all of your dials and everything for the dash. So that's pretty cool right there. And you've got more on the other side. If that can be seen, see if I can focus that a little bit. There we go. And so, yeah, that's the readout you have there. So that is how our Awe Striker looks bare bones out the box. With a Thanos snap, we're going to look at her totally complete. And voila, just like that, assembled. You all saw the instructions, so you get your own. You'll be able to do. Everything was very, very easy to handle, self-explanatory, and yeah, it looks great. It looks absolutely great to me. I think this is a pretty nice addition to the fleet of vehicles that we are acquiring and building with the classified line. With G.I. Joe, we love the figures, we love the characters, but we equally love getting vehicles, whether it be land, terrain, or something that's in the sky. And so far we don't have anything for the sea that's officially classified, but I'm sure that'll be coming at some point. With the Awe Striker here, the only thing that I haven't done, and I made mention that I wasn't going to do that, at least not initially in the beginning, was put on the decals. Remember this right here, and that instruction booklet that I showed you, it does have instructions on the rear of it on how to apply the decals. So I'll probably give it a shot, but for the sake of this review, I didn't want to have it messed up and then go on review. That would be totally distracting. So like I said, I'll do that off camera. Anyway, you see how everything is. We've got ammo cans, and coming into the weapons, both weapons, our big gun and everything else. Our rocket launchers here. I put the rockets in there, as you can see that right there. I'm going to push that right back in. And the great thing is everything is basically ported in. The ammo cans, as I turn to the other side here, the toolbox and the gas can, they're all basically in. See, I can basically move the the vehicle just by working the accessories there. They pour it in. There are holes at the bottom of all of these accessories, and there are pegs all over the place, basically, including pegs for what I don't know, like up here. These are definitely pegged for something. There's one on either side here. Now, the pegs here on the platforms, those are obviously for figures to put on there. I'm getting so many ideas. You can have, it's obvious that the vehicle itself can transport 3 figures, but when you have ports like this on either side, that's a 5 spot to me automatically. And then of course there's the bumper, and we've got a hitch here to tow some type of trailer, and I think we know what trailer is coming for that in the near future. So we do have that. Of course, I'm going to move this back because we do have the hitch, which does move, and you can retract it just by rolling it up. It does click on. It clasps, believe it or not. You can clasp it and drag things with this, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to roll it up for right now because I have no use or have anything that I want to drag. I can drag a figure, but that would be inhumane, wouldn't it? Anyway, that is looking pretty nice. And with another Thanos snap, we've got Crank behind the wheel, so to speak, and you can see he fits, and you can get those trigger finger hands around the steering column with very little problem. And you see you can put Crank or any figure around this size. If someone bigger, I think someone like heavy duty or larger, you're not going to get in any of these chairs and make them look realistic. But you see you can get Crankcase in the high chair, the high seat, if you will. I will suggest, however, that you remove those rear rail guards, those rear rail bars, before trying to get them in. It's just easier to do. And another thing to warn you is that yes, everything is pegged down, but don't let that fool you into a false sense of security. Just manipulating it and messing around with trying to get your figure in a particular pose or something like that, these things are going to uproot. I had to reinstall, if you will, the gun several times before I got it, as the way you see it. And of course I added a blast effect accessory for that aforementioned word effect. Here you can have the figure on the passenger side firing off the weapon that is affixed to the vehicle itself. I will say this, it is affixed too far away. You have to get the figure to lean. I had the hand around the trigger guard just prior to me shooting this, but then it basically just fell back, kind of, sort of, because I don't have it leaned far enough. So you're gonna have to work the hips in conjunction with that ab crunch to get your figure to be able to grasp this weapon effectively. But it still is a nice look when you think about it. Just messing with this set, I'm discovering things I didn't notice prior to, that I thought was just part of the fixture. But the communications, the walkie-talkie or whatever, you want to call it right there, it actually comes off, and you could pose your figure with it in its hands. So that's pretty cool. There's a housing right there, and it just plugs back in. If I move this here, the stick shift, I'm trying to do it so that way I'm not totally blocking you guys out. That also moves. That's crazy because there's almost no reason for that. And the brake, let's see if I can turn it here so you can see that. I'll have to tilt it. The brake is also articulated. It's absolutely crazy. And of course, the steering column is articulated. It rotates as well. So pretty nice. And then also You see those cup holders? They are functional. You can put Crank's coffee in there. If I can get it in there, give me a second. It's gonna go. You've got 4 ports of different sizes. I want to get it so that way the writing on it is being shown. So that should get it right there. And I think you can see that. Yep, there it is. So he can even have his coffee in it. So this thing is something else with the functionality. I was going to compare this vehicle with some other classified vehicles, but I was like, this thing it's awesome to me. It's got its issues, but aesthetically and fun factor, it's definitely it is all that. So I decided to let it stand on its own. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is very, very nice. When I get off of this, I will continue to play with it. That scene I suggested earlier, where I'm going to have five guys on this vehicle doing their thing. That's still going to happen for real. And this isn't the end. We're going to get something to put on that trailer hitch back there, and this is an expanding set, so it's definitely going to be all good. Crankcase himself comes with plenty of accessories. I showcased all 3 of his headgear, and he's got the bandana that hangs around his neck, and then the face bandana as well. He's got the binos. You see that, his weapon, his knife is down there on his left leg, and pretty cool. The arm striker itself, like I said, it's fun. Everything pegs in, but when you're messing around, they're going to come out. So that will be frustrating. I can't front. That's going to be frustrating. But know that going in, you'll be all right. You want to put a figure up there on the high chair, I suggest you remove the rail guards first, and then you insert your figure in there, and everything should be fine. With that. The gun, the passenger side gun, once again, that is problematic because it's too far ahead, in my opinion. You'll have to make your figure posed in such a way where he or she can grasp the weapon and look realistic doing it. It can be done. I just, I did what I could just to demonstrate that you could get a figure back there and manning this particular weapon. Only thing I haven't done with this was apply the stickers, the decals, and they are, replaceable. You could remove them and put them back on. So I'll do that, once this review is over with and I have time to mess around and install them, apply them. So that way, if I don't put them on as well as they can be put on, I can start again. So there'll be no harm, no foul there. As far as overall, Crankcase and the arm striker, excellent set. Excellent set. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. It will officially come out probably in the next couple months, I believe. I was fortunate enough to get mine at this past San Diego Comic-Con. They had them for us early, which was great, and I had to jump on it while I was there, and it took a while for me to bring the review to you guys, but here we are, finally, and thanks for being patient. And if you were wondering about my scene here, that backdrop, that is a third-party 3D printed G.I. Joe headquarters, and it's only some of it. I couldn't get the whole thing in screen with the arm striker, but there's more to it, and I'll be able to show the whole thing one day just on its own. so you could see exactly what it looks like. But that won't happen today, but it will happen. So until that time, guys, let me know what you think about this down below. You know what to do with the questions, comments, and everything else. Notifications, handle that, and I will handle coming up with something else to bring to you. Until then, take care. Peace.